Nine-term Texas Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar is facing a new challenge as he seeks re-election after the FBI raided his home. The raid earlier this month is giving supporters of Cuellar's primary opponents a new opportunity to paint him as corrupt and out of touch. Cuellar represents the 28th Congressional District, which runs from the San Antonio area to the border. He faces two challengers in the March primary, including Jessica Cisneros, who he narrowly beat 2 years ago. Our Tom Miller talked with the Hill reporter Julia Manchester about the reason for the investigation and how it could affect this key race for Congress.
Can you just walk us through the details of this investigation and why the FBI raided Congressman Cuellar's home?
Well, essentially, the investigation is into alleged ties between U.S. businessmen and in Azerbaijan and whether potential crimes have been committed. And we know that Congressman Cuellar has ties to Azerbaijan. He serves on the House Azerbaijan caucus, and he's also chaired that committee.
How has the congressman responded to these allegations against him?
Right. So the congressman is denying any wrongdoing. He says that he is fully cooperating with the investigation and says he expects that once the investigation is completed, it will have found that he committed no wrongdoing and is not connected to any of the wrongdoing. I think it's important to point out that the investigation, as far as we know, is between U.S. businessmen and the Azerbaijan government or players in Azerbaijan. So as far as we know, it's not directly between Cuellar and the Azerbaijan government.
Why is it that both progressives and conservatives see this as a potential opportunity?
It's interesting. Texas's 28th congressional district is very unique in that it's a conservative-leaning district. Cuellar has been in Congress for 9 terms, and he has taken very conservative stances. So, for example, he is seen as very pro-life, which is why you've seen a number of anti- or pro-abortion organizations like Emily's List endorse Jessica Cisneros, his progressive primary challenger. Republicans have said that it's always been difficult to beat Cuellar in the district because he's already so conservative. However, Republicans say now, look, we will run potentially against someone who is a 9-term incumbent whose house has been raided by the FBI, or as they say, a socialist, someone who is way too far to the left. So they say it's a win-win situation for them. Progressives and allies of Cisneros would say that, look, this proves our point about Cuellar, that he is too cozy with special interests, that he has been in Washington for far too long, that there are clearly very real questions about corruption and wrongdoing. So it's interesting to see how progressives and Republicans have sort of gained up on Cuellar right now.
Julia Manchester with The Hill, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Our reporting revealed how crooks are using the state's own systems to create fraudulent paper license plates. It led to an emergency meeting, how the Texas DMV is taking action. More people unable to stand trial, waiting in jail for mental health treatment. Our investigators highlighted the problem. Now new details on the effort to get these people help.